Okay, I wanted to show you on the Ford Ranger here. If you have this icon come up and it won't go off, you're driving down the road and this battery icon with negative and positive is on there, then that means you have an alternator problem or battery problem, and maybe both. So I went by AutoZone and told them to test the alternator, which they do that for free at those kind of places. And he said the voltage regulator and the alternator was not working. So that's, I knew I had to get another alternator. So you can get a refurbished alternator for $150 to $250. If you get OEM, it's probably $300 plus for a brand new one. And all they're doing is taking the guts out of an alternator and using that same copper wiring generally, and redoing the inside. But it's, to me, it's just as cheap to buy a used one, unless you're going to keep the vehicle forever. You know, it depends. Okay, filter. Unscrew this. Screw this. Take this piece off right here. Be careful with the sensor here. Sensor here. This pipe may or may not be in the way. We'll find out. But I see one, two, three, and there's a tension pulley here. I gotta figure out tension pulley to pull in order to get this belt off. Then we go from there. Okay, so the belt goes here. This goes under this pulley, over this pulley. And here's a diagram here of the 3.0, which that's pretty cut and dried. Okay, looking at the back here. At the top we got this right here. Let me see how that has to go in. This little one here, and then this one. Okay guys, just showing you the alternator. Serpentine belt goes here. You only got 2 bolts here, 1 bolt here. You've got a plug right here. Now it's got a little spot here. It kicks out right here, so you got to put a screwdriver in there and prise it up a little bit to pull this off. And this one has the same thing. It's got this protrusion here too, so you got to put a screwdriver in there to pull this one off. And then this one right here, it's got a rubber boot over it, but it's got a nut right here. And I use, what did I use? Oh, I'll show you. I'll put it here. I had to use a wrench for this one right here to get that nut off, because this rubber stuff right here gets in the way if you try to use a socket or something else. So it's only 3 plugs. I mean, this one, and this one screws on, and because they're different sizes, you cannot mess that up. Okay, you can see how black this right here looks in here. Anyway, the voltage regulator burned up in here. It's only got 50,000 miles, but it's a 2005 Ford Ranger. And it's got a tension pulley. I just used 2 wrenches to pull the tension pulley downward, and that released the belt. You got to keep up with the belt though, because it can be aggravating putting those on. So that's how easy it is just to take this off right here. But you just have to remove the air filter. And these clamps right here, I just took the clamp off here and here. That one goes there, and this goes here. So that's pretty simple, and you only got 2 latches right here for the filter. Okay. So now all we have to do is put our bolts in here. Now I've got everything hooked up in the back. See how that looks? This plug here, you gotta use a screwdriver to pry that end up that holds it in there. And this one you gotta pry up too, right in here with a screwdriver. And this one's got the nut on it. So 3 plugs. You don't have to take off that much to get to it. So that's a good thing. This 2005 GMC, 2005 Ford Ranger, and on here, this one's in such great shape. Again, like 50,000 miles. This is 3.0, so this is the belt pattern right here, which makes it real easy in case you get it mixed up. I just took the belt off of this pulley right here and folded it right there, and of course off of this one, and use 2 wrenches to grab down on here. Down over here is the tension pulley. Down, we can get it in focus, I don't know. Down here's the tension pulley right there in the center, and put a wrench on that and push it down. But you need a longer wrench, or double hook kind of a wrench to another wrench to get some leverage to push down on that. Okay, you see this wrench right here? I've got it looped into this other wrench, and that wrench goes down, and probably won't focus, but so this is basically how we have it. So we got to pull it toward us, and I can't film that because I've got my belt set up right here, so I just have to grab it after I go all the way down. And it's a tight fit right there, but with the wrench, and then we just have to get our belt over that pulley. Now, cranking it up, that icon there is I got the door open. So the battery icon is gone. It was staying there the whole time, so now it's gone. So this is the alternator. So if you have the tools and you know what you're doing, it takes about 30 minutes. If you don't know what you're doing, it takes about 45 minutes.